Hey, good morning, it's Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. I was reading an interesting article in the Vancouver Sun last week. It talked about a 135 unit complex, 50-year-old complex in North Vancouver that a developer had stepped in to try and buy out all the units, the entire complex. It was sitting on 5 hectares of land, low density, 3-story wood frame. He wanted to buy the whole thing out, of course, redevelop it, and build several towers and probably increase the density by 5-fold. Now, half of this 135 owners wanted to sell. They had had a depreciation report done. With a 50-year-old complex, there was a lot of remedial work that was going to be needed in the near future. It was close to $5 million. So half the owners thought, with a 50-year-old complex, we're just throwing good money after bad. Let's sell it to the developer, get a little bit of a premium on our unit price, and move on. Unfortunately, about half didn't want to sell. This went to a petition in court, which was overturned. The judge ruled that the 50% that didn't want to sell, she sided with them, for the simple reason that if they did have to sell, or forced to sell, they might not be able to buy back into that neighborhood. Also, if they had kids, they'd have to change schools. It would do undue hardship to certain families in certain conditions. So the deal didn't go through, the developer walked away. But it brings up an interesting scenario. Tony Giavintu, the president of the BC Condo Homeowners Association, was quoted in the article as saying that there are presently 3,000 condo complexes in BC that are 35 years of age or older. So that's a lot. And I know of many in Richmond and some in Vancouver that are sitting on prime parcels of land, large pieces of land, 10, 12 acres in some cases, with maybe 300 or 400 units on them. They would never build them like that anymore. So the land is worth 5 to 6 or 7 times worth more than what the structure is worth. So in the future, it's only a matter of time. When the land is getting so expensive and the density is so low, developers are going to be circling like vultures here over the next 10 years for some of these older complexes. Buy them all out, redevelop them, and increase the density, of course. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Now, under the Strata Act, you have to have a unanimous vote to sell to a developer who wants to buy all the units. So even if you've got one holdout, the deal can't go through. Now, will there be other avenues? Will that go to court against these 1 or 2 or 10 holdouts? Who knows? Of course, the developer is going to have to sweeten the pot to give you some incentive to want to sell. If your unit's, let's say, worth $300,000, he wants to buy them all out, I would think he's going to have to pony up, $350,000, $365,000, who knows? At least a 10 or 15 or 20% premium, I would think, to take the whole complex out. So something to think about in the future. Could be an investment opportunity too. Buying older units that are sitting on large parcels of land that are low density. Could be a play for future development there. I'm Owen Bigland. You can always get a hold of me through my website at owenbigland.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.